Hi! Hello, I'm here. We're streaming. It's the last episode. No, not new game. This is load game. Oh my gosh, there's like that many slots. Yes. Yes. Okay. Hello. So, we had spent the last episode getting all of the clues from around the school, and this is the last class trial, and we're going to unlock every mystery behind the school, apparently. So, that'll be fun. Yay. Good thing about this one is the class trials, I don't have to talk, I don't have to do voices. I can talk, I don't have to do the voices. So, yeah. It's fun. Alrighty. Here. Here, over here. Alright. We're ready to go. We're ready to go. Alright. I started making my way toward the opening. Step after step. That gaping maw. Wow, Makoto. I'd resolved that this would be the last time. I repeated to myself that there was no fear, no mystery left. I pushed the anxiety down, calmed my trembling body, and finally, on steady legs, passed the threshold and stood in the elevator. This is what it's been like the last few times we've gone, and without warning it began to descend deeper and deeper, deeper. Okay, Makoto, we get it. It's going deeper. To be up yet? Sorry. Closed my eyes and sight fell away. All sound too disappeared. Alone in the universe, I waited for the elevator doors to open for the last time. What could have been seconds or centuries later, I felt the gentle vibration of the elevator come to an end. I slowly opened my eyes. This is the final trial site? What do you think? Isn't it just the perfect background for deciding a person's fate?
Yahoo!
It's the long-awaited last stage, the always exciting final boss battle! And I'm gonna sit in on this one. I'll just sit right here in the vacant 16th seat.
Thrills, chills, kills!
Well then, let's begin! I think we've done. Yeah, we want that. Yeah. G-code. Algorithm. Yeah. Perfect. Then we are done.
Since this will be the final class trial, I've come up with a special rule. So listen up! If you can figure out Mukuro's killer and go on to solve the mystery of this school, you guys win! But if you can't, then I win! And of course, waiting for the loser is the super exciting, super heart-pounding punishment!
Are you saying that if you lose, you'll execute yourself?
Yep, sure will.
And that's final? No loopholes? No wiggling out of it later?
Of course not! Bears never go back on their word!
Yes. Don't.
Never mind all that. I just have one question for you.
Oh, you're taking this serious, huh? Are you feeling okay?
Is the mastermind only one person? Don't bother. I already know the answer.
Just.
You're all the mastermind, aren't you? You're all out to get me! I'm right, aren't I? I knew it!
Group photo, maybe?
You guys have all been working together, haven't you? I have evidence, so I know I'm right.
Evidence.
Hey, you stole my line. You're all out to get me. I'm sure of it. I have evidence of my own.
What a coincidence. I too have evidence to present. Evidence that proves everyone other than me has been working together.
What? Wait, hold on. This doesn't make any sense. How can the three of us
Each have that kind of evidence?
No, that's wrong.
It's not the three of you. It's the four of
It's
us!
not just you three. I have evidence too.
What? You too?
The evidence you're all referring to is this group photo, right?
Well, yeah. Huh? Wait, but mine's different. With the picture you have, I'm in it. But that can't be right. 'Cause in my picture... See? I'm the only one not in it.
Look at Sakura, she's just like... Makoto is like, I don't want to run anymore. Make it stop. I figured as much, in which case...
Hiro, you have a picture too, right? Let's see it.
Okay, but be careful with it. It's pretty important evidence.
That's one that we've seen... No, we haven't. I'm confusing myself. That was Celeste trying to throttle Hifumi, which is fair enough. Hondo's just like asleep. I think that's actually genocide Jill, not Toko, because of the tongue.
So the secret in these pictures has been revealed.
Secret or whatever, I don't care. You guys are all in on this together. That's why I'm the only one missing.
But you're in my picture. You're the ones trying to trick me.
So the whole purpose behind these photos was to get us questioning and fighting with each other.
Yeah.
The mastermind laid a trap to make us each think everyone else was working against us.
And Makoto was the only one that didn't fall into that trap. Come on, Byakuya, I expected better from you.
Huh? I laid a trap? A trap? How rude! What grounds do you have for such audacious accusations?
Yeah, okay. The proof I need to reveal Monokuma's trap. Each photo has a certain something in common. There's a connection regarding what person isn't shown in the group. It's the one who received, the one who got the photos.
I got it! In each case, the only one not in the picture is the person who received it.
Exactly.
So, in the picture I got, I'm the only one missing. In the picture Hina got, she's the only one missing.
I want to see the one Byakuya got.
And in the picture Hiro got, he's the only one missing.
As long as we're talking about it, I suppose I should show you my photo as well.
Thank you. Oh, yeah.
In other words, Monokuma gave each of us a group photo in which that person wasn't included.
And when we each saw our picture, we just assumed everyone else was the enemy?
Figured it out, huh?
Yeah, I thought that must be it. But how was that a hint?
There might be more to this than just Monokuma trying to confuse us. Something else that bothers me about everyone's pictures. What is it? What's digging at me?
Can I see everyone's group photo one more time? It's not directly connected to what we're talking about, but I'd like to double check something.
Sure, no problem.
Yeah, I don't mind.
Okay, what is it? I need to compare each of them one more time. Alright, let's see. Yaki's picture. Toko's freaking out over there. I know what it is. Do you? Nina's picture. Come on. If you know, share with the class. Hero's picture. And mine. Ah, so interesting. I did see a commonality. I really did see a commonality. How interesting. Something strange about all of them. Something I can't quite pin down. Something... Okay.
Can you just forget about the photo already? Ugh. Trying to trick me with such an obviously fake photo? I'm still pissed about that.
And on top of that, they went to all that trouble to make it look like we were wearing matching uniforms.
So you think they're fake? No, I assure you, they're quite real.
What are you talking about? There's no way.
No way. There's no way.
Yeah! I don't remember ever taking a picture like that, so it's gotta be a fake. I'm sure of it.
But you know, can we really be so sure?
Huh?
Don't get me wrong, I don't remember taking this picture either. But is that really enough to be absolutely positive they're fake?
What do you mean?
The reason I don't remember this picture isn't necessarily because it's fake. There might be some other reason. Some terrible reason. An unbelievable but entirely horrifying reason. Hangman's Gambit! Okay, we have a A, we have an E. We want an N. We want the E. We want the S. We want the A.
Now I understand! Let's say that somehow, we'd all lost our memories. That could explain it, couldn't it?
Oh, I get it. So we all just lost our memories at the same time and forgot about the photo. Man, as if. You expect me to believe such an unbelievable occult-type story?
You thought Kyoko was a ghost the other day, hero!
Yeah, we all lost our memories? That's just crazy.
It's only natural they wouldn't believe it. No! I mean, it's not like he believed the person he saw in front of him was a ghost, even though she was solid person. But no matter how much they refuse, if that's the absolute truth, they have no choice. We can't move forward until they accept it. And there's another way to prove it besides those pictures. Ooh. Interview DVD? How did the interview DVD?
You're saying we all got spontaneous amnesia? Since when did this turn into some kind of sci-fi fantasy?
I promise you, I haven't lost my memory.
How would you know?
Ever since I got to this school, I remember everything that's happened.
No, that's wrong. Those photos aren't the only things that point to the possibility of memory loss. This DVD does the same thing.
You're not gonna show us something indecent, are you?
Thought you'd be into that, Toko.
No, it's nothing like that.
Why not?
It's a video of all of us being interviewed by the Hope's Peak Academy headmaster.
When you say all of us, You mean...
I mean all of us, including you.
You lie! I never did any kind of interview.
No, it's not a lie. Just watch the DVD and you'll see for yourself. The headmaster did, in fact, interview you.
What are you saying?
I didn't imagine you would remember.
It's not about whether or not I remember. You expect me to believe all this? That I lost my memory somehow?
Well, we don't have any way to refute it, so we have no choice but to accept it as reality.
Oh, Pyakia. You're one of the only ones with sense around
How
here.
can you say that? We're talking about living, breathing amnesia here!
Amnesia is like genuinely a thing that happens. Ghosts. You're out.
To be honest, I have something else on my mind right now.
Something else?
You said the DVD contains recordings of us being interviewed by the headmaster, right? What were the interviews about?
The headmaster
Thank
sat
you.
each of us down, one at a time, and asked us the same question. He asked us if we could accept the idea of spending the rest of our lives in this school.
What kind of question is that?
And how did we answer?
We'd say no, obviously.
Actually, we all said we could. Even me. I heard myself say yes. I could spend the rest of my life at this school.
Why? Why would you say yes to something like that?
I don't know. I don't remember a thing.
The same goes for everyone else. Nobody remembers. You don't remember choosing to live here forever, or even talking to the headmaster about it at all.
It doesn't matter if I remember or not. Even if I bought the whole amnesia thing, the idea that I would want to live here forever, that's just insane! How can I believe that?
You believe in ghosts.
Insane or not, we can't move forward until you accept it. Am I right?
You sure are, 'cause it's all true.
What?
I really wish Hero wasn't one of the ones that made it to the end. I just can't with him.
I know it sounds absurd, but if it's the truth, there's nothing we can do about it.
But once you've eliminated all the other possibilities, whatever remains, however improbable, must be the truth. Something about eliminating impossibilities.
Indeed. We only have one
Can't remember
path
the
in front of
exact
us.
line. Listen, not Sherlock Holmes isn't a hyperfixation for me anymore, so I don't remember it exactly.
Then we really...
Yep, you all totally lost your memory at the same time.
This is all... making my head hurt.
And this isn't like some normal kind of memory loss. You stole those specific memories from us, didn't you?
Oopsie, you figured that part out too, huh?
Of course. There's no way we would all just happen to get amnesia at the same time.
But how could someone just steal our memories?
If you got a bunch of people with ultimate talents, I don't.
How?
They said it was a group of people.
Come, that hardly matters right now.
I don't know, it kind of does, but sure.
If I said it was hypnotism, would you believe me? Or we opened up your skulls and messed with your brains? Would you really believe anything I said? How it happened doesn't matter right now.
What matters is figuring out what memories you took from us. That's what you're trying to say, right?
I knew I could count on you.
The interview with the headmaster, taking that group photo, those can't be the only memories we lost. There must have been a purpose to it all. A reason for taking away our memories.
Of course there was a purpose. It all has to do with the original motive.
The original motive.
You mean the motive you came up with to try and get us to all kill each other?
That has something to do with the memories you stole from us?
It sure does. But that part's still a secret. Anyway, I'm sure it's not easy, but let's all focus on the class trial for the murder of Mukuro Ikusaba.
Okay, So you want us to figure out who killed her before we do anything else.
So until we do that, well, either way, we have to explain every last remaining mystery. So, the one who killed Mukuro, the true mastermind, that's what we need to expose. Okay, let's see.
So who did it? Who killed her?
Whoever did it is the same one who's behind everything. That much I'm sure of.
But when you think about it, is the mastermind really here in the school?
Yeah.
Of course! They have to be here somewhere.
What makes you so sure?
What does make me so sure?
Exactly. You're just making stuff up. There's no way the mastermind is here.
Hi, Tosh.
The mastermind is probably a million.
No, that's wrong.
How are you? I mean, yeah. Have fun with
There's
the
no question that the mastermind is somewhere within the school.
How do you know? Did you find some evidence or something?
He seems to be the only one getting evidence. Tired, yeah. Yeah.
In the back of the data center, I found a panel that controls Monokuma.
I relate. I relate.
The mastermind must have been using that to control him all this time. So there can't be any doubt. The mastermind has been inside the school all along.
There can't be any doubt. In which case, there also can be no doubt that the mastermind is one of us.
What? Why?
Recall what Makoto told us Monokuma said to him earlier.
I'm sure I told you this already, but this killing game began with 16 participants, all of them high school students. And the only people to take a single step in Host Peak since the killing game began are those 16 students.
So if the mastermind is in the school, we have to assume it can only be that 16th student.
But how'd they manage to survive all of this?
So we're the only ones here? It's not me! I'm not the mastermind!
Well, it's not me!
I blame Makoto!
What? Why me?
'Cause it's super weird how you're the only one who survived being executed.
Oh, I get it! The only way he could have survived is if he was actually the mastermind himself, right?
Plot twist it is, Makoto.
Aw, nuts! You got me!
Wait! What are you trying to say?
Everyone, calm down. There's no reason to panic. The mastermind's true identity will become clear soon enough. Just as soon as we find out who killed Mukuro.
That's a good point. Rather than wasting time bickering, we should put our minds to work solving this mystery.
But Byakuya, like, that's all well and good, but, you, Kyoko, and Makoto are the only ones that have minds that work. So...
Yeah, well, how much time have we already spent talking about the murder?
He's right. What more is there to talk about?
If you want something to talk about, I think there might be one thing. We haven't fully established what Mukuro's fatal injury was.
Huh? But I thought we figured that out. She died when she got hit in the back of the head.
No, that isn't actually what killed her. It was something entirely different.
Ooh, I don't know.
Wouldn't you
Weird,
agree,
you know?
Makoto?
Isn't that right, Makoto? Tell him, Makoto! Everything's down to you, Makoto! The other wounds.
I got it! All of the wounds covering her body. That's what really killed her.
Hey, now hold on a second. You did read the Monokuma file, right?
No. Can't read. What up? I'm Jared, I'm 19, and I never fucking learned how to read. Like several days old.
It made it pretty clear. Those wounds were made at least a few days ago. So they can't possibly be what killed her.
Monokuma file? Never met it, yeah. Why? Why couldn't she have been killed a few days ago?
Consider this. What if the murder itself took place at least a few days ago?
Exactly, you never met her. You don't know when she died.
What?
What if, when we discovered her body, she'd already been dead for several days? If that's true, then naturally the wounds that killed her would appear to be however many days old.
That doesn't make any sense. Because she had all those wounds before she ever came here.
Huh? How do you know that?
Isn't it obvious? She was the ultimate soldier, right? So that means, you know.
You're wrong.
She denied me before I could even say anything.
Okay, jeez.
Come on. I mean, you think
This is Toko, though! I know you love Jill, but this is Toko. Give me Genesee Jill, please.
I'm not weird, okay? At least listen to what I have to say before you deny me!
Toko, you are weird. It's okay to be weird. The way you're weird might not be, but... Sure, we're gonna deny you by saying it in the first place. Profile. It said something about her not having any marks on her or something.
Mukuro was the ultimate soldier.
Yeah.
She must have been in 100 different battles.
Yeah.
So, when you think about it, obviously,
She got all those.
No,
No, that's wrong.
No, Mukuro didn't suffer those wounds in battle. The file we found in the headmaster's room said as much. Despite the time she spent in battle after battle as a member of Fenrir, when she entered this school, she hadn't sustained a single injury.
to be denied so completely. Actually, it's kind of refreshing.
Oh no, Makoto. Don't let her, shift her affections onto you, Makoto.
Maybe it's because of all of Master's training.
Okay, that's not gonna happen. I completely understand and agree with Byakuya's disdain for Toko. It's genuinely sexual harassment. Like...
Anyway, so we can be sure that Mukuro suffered all those wounds after coming to this school. In which case, they could be the very thing that killed her.
As a matter of fact, it's hard to imagine any other possibility. When examining her body, I found that her stomach and head wounds came after she was already dead.
Unless anyone has any better suggestions, I think we can say this with confidence. The wounds Mukuro sustained all over her body are what ultimately killed her.
Nice.
But if that's what killed her, then does that mean she's really been dead for who knows how long?
Yep.
That's exactly what it means. When we found her body in the garden, she'd already been dead for several days.
So then, what about the little matter of what happened last night?
That
Makoto, you said you were attacked in your room by a masked
I thought it had been
assailant.
like a day since... I thought it was at least the next day, like he got executed yesterday or something. The failed execution. But then he says last night. There is no sense of time in this game. It doesn't make sense.
If Mukuro had already been dead for several days, certainly it couldn't have been her. So who was it that attacked you?
It was the mastermind.
I got it!
'Cause
The
I'm a
one who attacked me
mastermind.
was the true mastermind. When we discovered Mukuro in the garden wearing the same mask, I naturally assumed she must have been the one who attacked me. But I was wrong.
Lie. Go away.
It wasn't her at all. It was the mastermind.
What are you laughing at?
Yeah, exactly, Tosh.
Oh,
Truthfully,
don't mind me.
bother
I'm just getting a little impatient sitting here listening. I think I'm gonna jump in. Let's start off with a nice, easy question. Your assumption that I attacked Makoto is just that, right? An assumption. You can't really know who was under that mask, can you? I mean, that's the whole point of a mask. The true identity of the masked attacker is Mukuro Ikusaba. At least, that's what I think. Do you have any evidence that might convince me otherwise?
No, there's no way Mukuro is the one that attacked me, even if I didn't see their face. You saw their hand and didn't have the red nails. Should be obvious. Okay, well, I would have gone for the red nails, but sure. The funerary tattoo is... Bum 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 bum.
You never saw their face, right? So you can't have any idea who was under that mask. I'm telling you now, it was Mukuro Ikusaba.
We might have to
You're
grab
wrong.
a thing.
Even without seeing their face, there's another part of the attacker we can use to prove it wasn't her.
Oh? And what is this other part? Is it the right hand? Or the left hand?
Pretty sure it was the left hand.
Maybe the right foot?
Yeah.
Or perhaps the left foot? Or could it be the hips?
Hips don't lie, after all.
You never saw their face, right?
I could be wrong.
So you can't have any
It
idea
might
who
be the
was
right
under
hand.
that mask.
I might be wrong.
I'm telling you now, it was Mukuro Ikusaba.
You're wrong. Even without seeing their face, there's another part of the attacker we can use to prove it wasn't her.
Oh? And what is this other part? Is
Might be
it
the
the
right hand.
right hand? Or the left hand? Maybe the right foot? Or perhaps the left foot? Or could it be the hips? You never saw their face, right? So you can't have any idea who was under that mask. I'm telling you now, it was Mukuro.
No, that's
That's wrong. There we go. We got it.
Mukuro had a tattoo on her right hand, if I remember correctly. A representation of Fenrir. In other words, a wolf tattoo. But I saw the right hand of the person who attacked me. And
yeah, I
there was
suppose
no
it was
such
right there.
tattoo. So there's no way the person behind the mask was Mukuro.
We can cover that up.
Yeah, well, okay. You got me. I guess it wasn't her. But that still doesn't prove that it was me. It could have been, someone else, right?
Hiro, Toko, Hina, and I all have solid alibis for that entire night.
Yeah! We were in the gym tearing you apart, so it could have been any of us.
Oh, okay, sure. It couldn't have been any of you.
Now he's gonna blame Kyoko.
But what about Kyoko? It totally could have been her. Uh-oh, no snappy comeback. Did I score a bullseye?
If you insist, I don't mind showing you.
Huh? Show me what?
What do you think? I'll show you the one thing that proves beyond a shadow of a doubt it wasn't me.
Before anyone could say anything. Kyoko was removing her gloves.
Your hands!
Without thinking out loud, gasped. It was more than just a little burnt skin.
Awful, isn't it? It happened when I was first learning to be a detective. I was inexperienced.
I thought you didn't want anyone to see those scars.
If it means we get another step closer to unmasking the mastermind, it doesn't really bother me.
Kyoko seemed to savor the words as she said them. Then she put her gloves back on. Maybe the mastermind wasn't prepared that Kyoko would be willing to do that in her pursuit for the truth.
My scars should suffice as proof.
Oh,
Makoto, did the person who attacked you have scars like mine?
No, not at all. I'm positive.
Then this much has been made clear. There can be no doubt that the one who attacked Makoto is the true mastermind.
This is just awful! On top of my secret being revealed, I had to look at those positively grotesque scars of yours.
Oh, so rude.
Sorry. Did I say that out loud? I do hope I didn't hurt your feelings.
Not at all. You can say whatever you want.
Sure, as long as it means pushing me farther into the corner, right? But I'm not cornered just yet. Because if you haven't noticed, the circumstances surrounding Mukuro's death are totally unknown.
That's true. All we know right now is she was killed a good while before this morning.
I can't know. There is no way this is the same day as all of Chapter 5.
On the contrary, we don't know anything other than that.
You're not going to tell us she was already dead before we arrived here or something, are you?
In that regard, you have nothing to worry about. I promise you, without a doubt, she died after our little killing game began here.
Then somehow she was killed in secret without any of us knowing.
And after she died, who knows how much time went by before we found her, right? Did the culprit stash her somewhere? She couldn't have been in the garden the whole time, could she?
If she was, she would have been totally decomposed. Just like your brain.
You know what? I can't fault Togo for saying that about Hiro.
Then, she was being stored somewhere?
Oh my god, the biolab.
But to hide a body here, to just store it somewhere?
There's only one place. Can't think of anywhere. It was the biolab.
I got it!
It was the kitchen.
Mukuro's body was
No.
probably kept hidden in the biolab.
The biolab? You mean on the 5th floor?
Yeah. One you had trouble
That's
with.
right. It's actually set up for use as a morgue. So it's the perfect place to hide a body. And it'd keep the body preserved at the same time.
Then you're also saying the body was moved from the biolab to the garden.
And I have no doubt that that's exactly what happened. In fact, I have proof.
Oh yeah, the top.
What makes me so sure the body was carried from the biolab to the garden is the tarp that we found in the garden. When I was checking it over again, I noticed something. I noticed that some text had been stamped on one corner of the tarp.
Oh, it says biolab.
Yeah.
Holy cow! How'd you notice that tiny little thing?
Because he actually looks for the clues so that he doesn't die, rather than letting everyone else do the work for him.
Makoto's nitpicky nature seems to have surfaced with perfect timing.
This proves that the tarp originally came from the biolab. In fact, there's a whole stack of tarps just like it in there.
So when the killer moved the body to the garden, they must have grabbed a tarp to wrap it in. Then they simply left it as it was to protect against the sprinklers, and put the coat on it afterwards.
Wow, you made everything sound so amazingly consistent.
But that's just a wild guess. Where's your evidence? Prove that the body was wrapped in a tarp and moved.
There is no evidence. I was simply explaining what I think happened. But you seem to be getting pretty worked up about it, wouldn't you say?
I have an issue around here, and I keep picking up the rash, and I shouldn't.
Worked up?
Now that the conversation has turned to the topic of the biolab, you must be getting pretty nervous. Because the key to uncovering your secret identity is hidden within that room, isn't it?
One of the dead bodies is the mastermind. It's a zombie apocalypse.
Are you talking about unmasking the mastermind?
You see, the biolab contained an inconsistency. One so major it can't be overlooked.
Inconsistency in the biolab? We counted.
La la la, I can't hear you. La 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 la.
Such a child. Oh well, just ignore him.
I put myself together and think. Could you be
Hey,
talking about...
by the way, Makoto, what about that one thing?
What one thing?
What do you think? I'm talking about your family.
For God's sake.
Don't tell me you forgot about that video message.
Kamaru!
So what do you think? Are you sure your family's still okay?
Why are you bringing that up now?
Your mom, your dad, your little sister. What do you think has happened to your family? Are they really as safe as you might have assumed?
Stop talking about that!
Calm down, Makoto. He wants you to get upset.
Yeah. I need to calm down. Can't let him get to me! He's just saying that because he knows we're getting close to the truth of the biolab. So if I want to shut him up, I need to expose the inconsistency and slam him with it! The inconsistency has to be the one area where the numbers just don't match up. Oh no. Fuck, I hate this fucking thing.
Are you sure about this? That's impossible! Are you sure about this? That's impossible! What? What do you want? Are you sure about this? That's impossible! Are you sure about this? That's impossible! Are you sure about this? That's impossible!
I hate this fucking game.
I'm not listening!
Fuck, it was the lights, sorry.
Are you sure about this? That's impossible! I'm not listening!
This should prove it.
I hate that.
The inconsistency Kyoko's talking about is the lights.
Just need to take a moment. I do not like the bullet time battle.
What are you talking about? What about the lights?
Like I said before, the biolab also acts as a morgue. And as part of that, a giant refrigerator was installed in there. That's where everyone who's died is stored.
And it was set up so that when a slot had a body in it, a blue light would turn on.
In other words, if the blue light is on, that means there's a body in that slot.
Yes!
But I counted up the number of blue lights that were on, including the one Mukuro was in, and there were only 9.
Why does that matter? You gotta give me the bite-sized version here, man.
Thanks for stating the obvious, but I can't, yeah. He's good at rewording it to make it look like he thought it up. 9 lights doesn't make sense. The number of lights should be 10.
I got it!
I mean, Mondo...
10 of the lights should have been on.
Mondo
Any other
literally...
number is incredibly suspicious.
Mondo literally became butter, so maybe they just put Mondo in the kitchen.
Suspicious? Why?
That's simple. Just recall who's died here so far, and it should become clear.
That's the key to solving this mystery. Sayaka died first. Brings a whole new meaning to body butter. Yeah. Junko was second. Leon was third. Chihiro was fourth. Oh, Chihiro. Mondo was fifth. Taka was sixth, then Hifumi was seventh. Celeste was eighth. Sakura was ninth. And victim number 10 was Mukuro.
So 10 people in all?
That's right. Any other number should make you immediately suspicious. But according to the lights in the biolab, only 9 people were being stored there.
You're saying a dead body just up and disappeared?
I told you, the mastermind is a zombie!
I got it! The mastermind destroyed one of the bodies to get rid of evidence.
But if they wanted to do that, they would have destroyed Mukuro's body, since they actually killed her. And yet, her body was left alone.
Then, whose body disappeared?
It may very well be that none of them disappeared.
But if that's true, then why doesn't the body count match?
Including Monokuma's executions, there have apparently been 10 deaths, but there were only 9 bodies. That's the point I'm trying to make.
I'm completely lost. How can the number of victims be less than the number of murders?
The reason there are less bodies than murders? The explanation for more murders and victims? Why is that? The same person was killed twice?
I got it! What about if the same person was killed twice?
Sure, why not?
Huh? Killed twice?
Officially, 10 murders have been committed so far. But one of the victims may have been murdered, and then murdered again.
Murdered and murdered again?
Yeah, because they were a zombie.
If that's the case, there could have been 10 killings, but still only 9 victims, right?
Technically, you're right, I guess. But still, something like that
Could easily have happened. No, it is what happened.
Sounds like you're already convinced. Then can you tell us who was killed twice?
It was Mukuro, of course. Before she was killed as Mukuro Ikusaba, she was killed as someone else.
And that's why the body had to be stored in the biolab until the moment we found it in the garden.
No, that's crazy talk. She was killed as someone else? Come on! Besides, who could that someone else even have been?
I don't know, there was like a weird consistency through those photos.
All you have to do is look at those bodily injuries of hers, and that will become obvious.
Nothing's gonna become obvious, because Kyoko's totally delusional!
We might have to grab a truth bullet.
Who is this someone else that Mukuro was killed as? Was it Sayaka Maizono? Junko Enoshima? Leon Kuwata? Chihiro Fujisaki? Mondo Owada? Kiyotaka Ishimaru? Hifumi Yamada? Celestia Lu, whatever? Or maybe Sakura Ogami? No. There's no way anyone was murdered twice!
No, that's wrong. Junko. Wasn't her fatal injury pretty similar to Mukuro's?
What do you mean?
Well, remember what happened to her? She was impaled by a bunch of spears, all over her body.
And Mukuro died from a number of wounds across her body. When you compare that to the stab wounds Junko suffered,
Then the similarities match?
Yes, and those are the only fatal injuries that match up. That explains why those two bodies are actually one and the same.
so let me see if I have this straight.
I don't know if you have much straight, Yakia, but sure.
Junko, or someone going by that name, was stabbed to death with multiple spears. Then her body was kept in the biolab for however long before being dragged out again.
Yeah.
Only this time, it was presented as the corpse of one Mukuro Ikusaba.
Look at the red nails.
It
I
all
keep
matches
mentioning
up,
for a
right?
reason.
Those wounds Junko suffered could easily be these same injuries.
Then, it's really true? Mukuro and Junko are the same person? Wait, so then, what does it all mean?
It means that there haven't been 10 victims, but 9. Which also means that among the people we thought were dead, one is still alive.
And that's the true identity of the mastermind?
Who is it? Who's behind all this?
Really, Hero? Really?
We already know the answer to that. It's Mukuro. She's still alive.
This might be a good time to have a break. It's been about an hour. I need to take a break. But we'll be back soon. Continuing this class trial and finishing up Danganronpa Trigger Happy Havoc, so that next year I can play the better Danganronpa game. yeah, it gets me to down that touch. I'll give you 5 minutes. Make some tea. Was that break long enough? I ended up moving some washing over into the dryer and then putting another load of washing on while I was waiting for my tea to brew. So, you know, I got a little done. Yeah. All right. I got my lunch on. Nice. I was productive during the break as well. So, you know what I didn't do though during the break? Run an ad. Usually do. That's fine. Wait, oh, okay, there we go. Yeah, that's right. No, that's alright. Also, Tash, I was doing this while you were streaming yesterday. I'm setting up some of my Christmas stuff that you can see around me now. But also, I have a temporary Christmas emote. This little bear that's made by Sailor T. So yeah, cute little Christmas emote for December. For subs, unfortunately not just a follower, but I have some fun follower emotes anyway, so that's fine. Alright, let's keep going. It's super cute. Sailor T is so good at everything. I love Zoe. She's done so much, like everything I have here.
Yugo's body.
I love you, bitch.
Ain't never gonna stop loving you, bitch. Ah! You don't have to do that. Thank you. I was only mentioning it because it's cute. But thank you. Why didn't that go towards my thingy? Oh, it's not a new sub point. Yeah, wait, I'm just gonna adjust my sub goal here. Oh no, it has updated. No, it hasn't updated. I'm gonna close that for a bit while I figure that out. Because it says here that it's right. It's so nice to see them! It's so cute. They're so cute. And they're just for December. They're only for December. I'll remove it afterwards. But I didn't realize I had one more emote slot. So I'm gonna have to figure out what I want for that other emote slot. I was thinking yarn and knitting needles. So, yeah. Because that's what the Christmas bear is taking up at the moment, but yeah. Oh. Alright, I'm just gonna change that completely because I don't know what is going on with that. I'm just gonna end it for a sec, and then I'm gonna go total sub points. There we go. 88 December. I just want to be clear about what my goals are for. Goals! You know, what I'm getting stuff for. Yeah. Yeah! Lunch! Alright, anyway. Let's play the game. I also... My mug, Plum Bob gummies. I have a nice collection of nerdy mugs, I think. She took Junko's body
and made it look like she was the one who died. So Mukuro is still alive. She's gotta be. Total silence? Then I must be right. I'm right, aren't I?
She's not used to that. Mukuro alive? The one that's still alive is Mukuro? But can we really believe that? No, there's no way. There's no way Mukuro Kusaba is still alive. Oh, the body numbers. It was the profile.
The body we found in the garden. It wasn't Mukuro.
Then she's still alive?
No, we know it was Mukuro.
That's right. She made it look like Junko's body was her. So the mastermind's true identity is Mukuro.
What do you say, Monokuma? Do you give up?
Okay, no, I know where I'm doing. For that to be true, then that couldn't have been, yeah.
The body we found in the garden. It wasn't Mukuro.
No, that's wrong.
No, the body we found in the garden was Mukuro. That's one thing we can be sure of. The body's appearance and measurements are consistent with her records. Right, Kyoko?
She was 5 foot 6 inches tall and weighed 97 pounds. Her vitals were 31, 21, 32.
I hate that they call them vitals.
Everything in her profile is consistent with that corpse.
And then there's the matter of the Fenrir tattoo. So there's no question it's her.
But if Mukuro's not the mastermind, then
Know that I'm a man.
who's actually still alive?
Someone made it look like they died, but they're actually still alive. There's only one person it could be. Junko!
Here's my answer.
Yeah, right? It is.
Junko
It's
is
weird.
still alive. It's the only possibility.
Ooh.
Are you sure about that?
Huh?
I admit, since Mukuro is undoubtedly dead, Junko does seem to be the only other explanation. But we saw her get impaled. She died right before our very eyes.
That wasn't Junko.
If Junko were still alive, the death we saw would had to have been some kind of charade.
That wasn't Junko.
But you yourself confirmed she was dead, did you not?
Now that you mention it. I gently placed my hand on Junko's lifeless body. I touched her wrist to check for a pulse like they do in movies and stuff, but I'm having shortbread. One really nice thing about Christmas time is the supermarket has a bunch of shortbread. And I don't care what other people think, shortbread is great. One of the best biscuits. Simple, right? Shortbread is so good. I need to get a recipe for some gluten-free shortbread so that I can make it. Yes, making your own shortbread. But I want to be able to make some that I can share with Mum. Not that Mum's really a biscuit person, but I would make my own shortbread. Maybe. there's a number of reasons why I don't bake as often as I would like to. One of them is because I live with my mother and stepfather, the kitchen doesn't really feel like mine, and I never know where anything goes because it always changes. Another is obviously being sick. So, yeah. But I really want to find a good gluten-free shortbread recipe. I don't see how... I don't see why it would be hard to find, because shortbread is literally just flour, sugar, and, like, eggs. It's, like, so simple. I can have you with a not gluten-free recipe, yeah. I should rest check for a poll site to do movies and stuff, but... Also, shortbread, so good with tea. Low. Butter. Exactly, it's like butter is the main shortbread ingredient, so I don't see why you couldn't have a good gluten-free shortbread recipe. She really is dead. There wasn't anything else to say, she was gone. I did check, absolutely. And I can say for sure.
She was dead. There's no question. Junko was dead.
For the last few years, I've been, like, making chocolate, like, little chocolates for various people for Christmas. Yeah. Exactly, just a gluten-free flour substitute. But I don't think I'm going to this year. Because the people I do it for, have had various health issues, and, Stuart's mother... Sorry. My partner's mother is on a diet at the moment, and, you know, just a few reasons that I want to, like, just... I don't think doing chocolate's a good idea, though, and also I don't know if I have it in me this year. I've been making other handmade gifts, so, you know.
So, the idea that she's still alive...
It must be wrong.
No.
Then you're withdrawing your previous statement?
No. You haven't met... You haven't met Junko!
I know you gave it your best shot, but too bad. I guess your conclusion was a dud. Too bad, too bad.
Anyway, that whole thing, was just me saying, you can get so much shortbread at the supermarket at the moment, and I'm loving it.
This case hasn't been decided just yet.
Oh?
You haven't given up already, have you, Makoto?
Huh?
No, of course not. There's no way I'd give up that easy.
That's all well and good, but how do you intend to solve the problem standing in your way?
I'll push you out of the way first, because you're often in my way.
Junko absolutely died. Mukuro absolutely died.
Then both of them are dead, right? There can't be any kind of survivor story.
I think we need to look at this from the opposite direction.
Thank you, Kyoko.
Let's assume Junko is still alive. If so, how could she have survived?
How can Junko have survived? It wasn't Junko. I checked it, she was dead, I'm sure of it. Still, if she were alive somehow, Junko's not the one that died. How long did that take you, Makoto? And how come no one else except Kyoko is there yet? Maybe she used some sort of trick. I don't actually know what this word is. Rip. Place. It moved!
Now I understand.
Well, he's not the sharpest tool in the shed. I know! But he's like the second smartest in this group.
What if
Maybe
she
tied
switched
with
places
Byakuya.
with someone else?
I think that's one thing that always gets me about this game, and even the second one, is like, the protagonists are not exactly the smartest people. And yet, yeah, I said his second time with Byakuya, and then it was implied that Kyoko's like the top. Probably should have said that. Kyoko is smarter than both of them, but like, I like to explain it as Kyoko has most of the brain cells in the class, and then the rest, and then Byakuya and Makoto get like about half a brain cell each, and then there's one other brain cell that just gets swapped between the rest of the class, or split in between, and sometimes they'll actually have decent moments, but God. But yeah, it's really like that, where like, the protagonists are not exactly the smartest people in the world, but they're some of the smartest people in the class, and this is a school of like ultimate talents. Yeah.
Switch places?
I mean, the protagonist in the second one is affectionately referred to as a himbo in the fandom. So, I mean, what is an octagon, Hajime? Switch places?
That's right! Before the spears could kill her, she got someone to take her place. Specifically, Mukuro Ikusaba.
Then that would make it Mukuro's corpse that showed up later.
Which is why the body's height and weight and everything match Mukuro's profile, right?
I don't know anything about this switching places thing, but that had to be Junko who got stabbed to death, right?
Yeah, you're saying they switched? When could they even have done that? Right when she was about to die? Like she used some kind of ninja replacement technique?
Hey, guys, do you remember whose face didn't show up in any of those photos you saw?
Good point. There's just no way they could have switched like that. So maybe the whole idea is wrong.
There has to be some way. I need to figure out how to explain how they could have switched. At the beginning!
The two of them...
Ninja replacement technique!
places
Yeah, I
from
know.
the very beginning.
Okay, listen, the other three that survived, outside of Makoto, Byakuya, and Kyoko, the other three that survived, I don't understand. I especially do not understand Hiro. Honestly, I can't with him. Listen, I love Hina, but Hiro's nothing up here.
What? From the beginning?
Yes, from the moment we first met.
Oh, look at them all. How many of them are dead now? Oh.
If that's when they switched, then they wouldn't have had to switch at the moment of death, right?
I can see Jill surviving. Yeah, no, here's the thing. Jill, it makes sense that Toko was alive because of Genocide Jill. You know, that's fine. I have my issues with how that whole storyline is played out just because of how the idea is shown in media, but like as a character, yeah, it makes sense. Hina was just protected by Sakura until Sakura died, and then they all decided they weren't going to kill each other anymore. Hiro was such an easy target. I don't understand. Sayaka should have gone for Hiro. It doesn't make I just don't understand. The other ones, like, they were kind of more heat of the moment ones. Or even Celeste could have chosen, like, Hiro, because as much as I'm glad that Hifumi died because I don't have to put up with him anymore, like, it would have been so easy. And honestly, it would have been better to have him die rather than use him as your scapegoat, because he was too stupid for the plan Celeste came up with. You know? I don't get it.
After all, the one we saw at that point would have already been Mukuro.
You know, Hero drive me nuts, honestly.
Hold on. So, you're saying the Junko we first met was actually Mukuro all along?
Then we'd already met her?
I had, like, a normal conversation with her.
When we first met, none of us knew who anyone else was.
Exactly.
So Mukuro could have simply told us her name was Junko, and we never would have known the difference. That would easily allow the two of them to switch places from the very beginning.
Wait, but Mukuro had a tattoo on the back of her hand, right? Junko never had any tattoo like that, did she?
She could have hidden it with foundation or something like that. If she did, it likely melted away in the explosion, exposing the tattoo after the body was extinguished. Plus, there were the fake nails found on the hands of Mukuro's body.
Mm-hmm. I keep pointing
They
out
were
the
the
red nails
same
for a
fake
reason.
red nails she was wearing when we all met for the first time.
But if she really did use foundation...
Correct. Even if there was no tattoo on her hand, I couldn't say for certain it wasn't Mukuro.
Yep, right, same Taj. I love this game, I love the story. I love the setting game, I love the story. But it is incredibly convoluted.
So I'm glad nobody noticed that glaring hole when we were trying to figure out who attacked Makoto. But too bad for you, Monokuma. You can't deny it anymore.
Wait, so this whole thing was a setup from the very beginning?
If that's true, it was quite an elaborate plan to be sure, making it look like Mukuro was Junko.
The reason such an elaborate plan was possible is because the two of them were working together.
So Mukuro, the ultimate despair, teamed up with someone like her. In other words, it would be fair to say that Junko herself was also the ultimate despair.
What's wrong? Lost the will to fight back?
I think he's just afraid.
Afraid? What's that mean, afraid? Fear is only possible where hope is possible. I only have despair, so fear is an alien concept to me.
Then why haven't you been saying anything?
Because it's a bunch of nonsense. Junko's my secret identity? As if.
Then why did you try and protect Junko's real identity?
I tried to protect her identity? When did I do that?
So he still refuses to admit it, but he can try to deceive us all he wants. It doesn't matter, because I've already figured it out. Doesn't. He tried to hide Junko's identity, and not just once, but twice. First time was during our latest investigation. Really? Oh, the explosion! Wait, I'm just gonna... I might just look this up.
Shoot!
Our latest investigation. Oh, right. No, I'm with you now. Sometimes it's like you know the answers, like the overall answers, but...
I got it! While I was in the AV room, watching the
not
DVD of our
obvious.
interviews with the headmaster.
Brain just went, yeah. It's like, I know how it's going, but I know where it's going, but the little individual things just don't connect properly. So I usually have like a guide connect with me. I don't use it most of the time, honestly. Which of course meant the DVD wasn't playing anymore. What the heck just happened? Oopsie! Looks like it broke out of service! What? It just happened to break just now? Now then, when doesn't matter. Failure can strike anywhere, anytime. That's what failure is, right?
You made sure I couldn't finish watching the video. And the reason you did that is because you didn't want me to see the real Junko, did you?
Oh, yeah! If everyone was in that video, of course Junko would have had to show up.
And if Makoto saw the real Junko, it would have been totally obvious that the Junko we met was an imposter.
Yeah.
That whole power outage thing was just a fluke!
No, it wasn't fluke. The mastermind definitely orchestrated that power outage. And that's not the only time they tried to hide Junko's instant. The photos. Okay. Just work with me here. I hate this fucking game.
What? What do you want? What? What do you want? Are you sure about this? You're getting all riled up! That's impossible!
I hate this game!
That's impossible!
This should prove it.
I don't like the bullet time battles. I just cannot.
The video wasn't the only thing you tried to cover up. You did the same thing with this group photo.
Oh.
I noticed it just a little while ago, when we were all comparing the photos we'd gotten. In all the photos, there's a certain similarity, an unusual circumstance.
What's so unusual about them?
Then you should circumstance. Comment to all of these pictures. Junko's face!
I got it! Junko's face.
It is Junko's face.
The one thing common to every single photo is that you can't see her face. It's hard to believe her face would just happen to be hidden in every single picture, don't you think? And on top of that, in this photo, you can see that Mukuro is clearly visible. So in other words, at that point, the two of them hadn't switched yet. With all that in mind, there's no doubt that the girl whose face is hidden here is the real Junko.
And look at that! Mukuro Ikusawa's face does look a lot like the Junko we met.
Which is why you had to have pictures that didn't show her face. Because if we could have seen her face, then it would have clearly revealed that the Junko in the pictures wasn't the Junko that we knew.
Xanadu!
I believe everything Makoto said is true. Junko and Mukuro switched places before we met either of them.
So she killed Mukuro, who had taken her place, making it look like she'd died. And the real Junko is still alive.
And she's the one behind this whole murderous situation. This killing game. She's the true mastermind and the ultimate despair.
Xanadu times 2!
Sure, Monokuma.
With this, the identity and the crimes of the mastermind have been exposed.
Because I'm a mastermind.
No! Wait! Hold on! Don't bother trying to deny it. There's no more room for debate. You don't have anywhere left to run.
Maybe
I'll prove
I do.
everything right now.
Okay. What was the identity of her? We did the mastermind keep Mukuro's body. Mastermind attacked me with something. What was it? The knife. When the mastermind, who was it that stopped them? Kyoko. Mastermind fled my room. Oh wait. What did the mastermind do with the mask after they took it off? Put it on the dead body. What was the condition of the first found it in the garden? Like that. We can identify the mystery's body because it got blown up. Yeah, alright. Maybe that. Is that? Let's
Here's
see.
exactly what happened. We met the ultimate fashionista, Junko Enoshima, right after we all arrived here. But that wasn't the real Junko. The girl we saw before us was actually the 16th student who had taken Junko's place.
Hidden somewhere within the school. The one known is the ultimate despair. Watch out for her.
And that girl's name was Mukuro Ikusaba. But it wasn't long before she died at the hands of Monokuma. In other words, the mastermind, Junko Enoshima. Her body was kept in a biolab, which had been converted into a morgue, until Junko decided to put her body to use. Junko dragged the body out of the biolab, using the tarp to carry her to the garden. She fabricated the murder to try and frame Kyoko, who'd proven to be one big thorn in her side. Meanwhile, she wanted us all to think Mukuro was still alive and hiding somewhere inside the school.
Okay, so that's the right
So
one.
she put on a mask and then attacked me.
Okay, cool.
After making sure I'd gotten a good look at the mask, she left the room. Then she put the same mask on Mukuro's body. This was all to make us think the person who attacked me and the corpse were one and the same. She wanted us to believe the murder had only recently taken place. Finally, by strapping a bomb to the body, she was able to destroy any remaining evidence. She needed to hide the body's true identity. She had to make sure we didn't find out it was actually the same person we'd met in the beginning. This is the truth behind Mukuro's murder, and the one who carried it all out is the true mastermind. The one controlling Monokuma. The real Junko Enoshima! That's the whole story behind this incident. Well, what do you have to say to that?
What? Are you broken again?
Maybe.
You can't get out of this, so don't even try.
Come on! It's time you finally revealed yourself!
Nah.
It's not like you're an endangered species or something. How long do you plan to keep hiding?
Oh my god.
Give it up, Junko. The game's over.
Over? Did you really think the story would end once we reached the climax of the case?
There's still so many mysteries.
Wrong! There's still plenty more to go!
It's Junko!
We have been waiting so very long for peasants like you to appear. If you swear your fealty to us, we will reward you with half of the entire world. We've even drawn up the deed already. We will grant you honor, status, in some of our home cooking. Have you made your choice? Will you serve under us?
Okay.
Oh, did you think I was being serious? Sorry, I was just messing with you. It's been so long since I've had an audience. Even I'm not sure what kind of role I'm supposed to play.
This is the mastermind? She's the real Junko Enoshima?
Anyway, looks like I've finally been set free. Having to play Monokuma all the time, day after day. It was like I was stuck in purgatory, or like a slow suicide. I get bored so easy, you know?
Your face.
Huh? What about my face? What's wrong with my beautiful face? People have told me I'm cuter than 100 chihuahuas combined.
I feel like this isn't the first time I've seen you.
No, I do remember seeing it. I'm sure I've seen it too somewhere. It was before arriving at school.
I got it!
Because you saw it on a
That's
magazine.
right. It was before I ever came to this school. I remember seeing a magazine cover. And you were on it.
Wow, you have a pretty good memory. I guess that's why you've made it this far, huh?
So I was right. Then what you told me in the main hall when this all began...
Well, it wasn't her that told you, was it? I've seen her in tons of magazine covers, but I feel like that doesn't quite match up to reality. Huh? Oh, are you talking about my cover photos and junk? Well, of course, those are totally photoshopped. Photoshopped? Yeah, you know, edited to hell and back with, like, computers and junk. Oh, so they aren't real.
Sometimes a little lie is necessary to keep things moving along. Wouldn't you agree?
No.
That explains why she didn't quite seem the same. Because she was a different person all along.
I'm me. And Mukuro is Mukuro. She tried her best. But there's just no way she could have passed as the ultimate fashionista. Two people can never become one as long as the walls of mind and body exist. Not even if they're twins.
Twins?
I know, it's such a cliche, right?
I'm sorry, I'm going to have the voice volume at the highest.
So basically, Mukuro and I had your stereotypical twin relationship.
If there's any issue with the sound, please let me know. I just want to make sure that the voices are heard.
The older sister, tough and proud. That was Mukuro. The younger sister, smart and cute. That was...
Me! Junko fucking Enoshima! And together, we were the Despair Sisters, aka the Ultimate Despair!
Whoa! She's a totally different person now!
Like I said, I get bored easy as hell! I even get fucking bored with myself! But if you're twins, why do you have different last names? Ugh, that again? You have any idea how many times people ask me that shit? Maybe it's new to your dumb ass, but it bores me to tears. Answering the same questions over and over? Just make up whatever answer you want, I don't give a shit. The truth's fucking lame anyway.
But if she was your twin, that means you killed your own sister?
And for reasons deeper and darker than the ocean. Ha! As if!
Well, I suppose I'd better explain.
Junko.
For my plan to work, someone had to be able to control the killing game from behind the scenes. The so-called mastermind had to operate Monokuma, keep an eye on everyone, things like that. But after looking at the situation, I determined it would be impossible for Mukuro to perform such duties. Because naturally, she turned out to be the letdown of the family, leaving me behind to run off and join some band of mercenaries. Such a disappointment. So, I decided to play the role of director and have her join the rest of you in your school life. I could have let her work alongside me, but she would have been useless to me that way.
Jesus.
Besides, 15 students seemed like a solid number to start with. Of course, the fact that she was the ultimate soldier posed something of a problem. She had what I call the 3 atrocities. Atrociously rank, atrociously filthy, atrociously repulsive.
Jesus.
It was atrociously clear just how out of touch she was with the rest of society. Meanwhile, my ultimate fashionista status has an undeniable appeal that I didn't want to go to waste.
And that's why you switched identities?
Sadly, her inability to match my personality was even greater than I'd calculated. It was a lost cause. She was nothing more than a bit player, an extra unworthy of lines. Being the utter disappointment that she was, anyone would have expected her to get killed off right away. Which is precisely why I killed her. To meet everyone's expectations.
Jesus.
That can't be your only reason, can it?
Well, no, of course not. I also did it to avoid becoming bored.
I've never been a stickler for following a plan to the letter, you know? Oh well. If I planned everything out and knew just what was gonna happen, that'd be so boring. So, I changed things just a bit and decided to use Mukuro to make a little point.
In other words, Mukuro's death was a one-sided, premeditated act of betrayal. Just as I suspected. When Mukuro was killed, she must have been as surprised as anybody else.
What? This wasn't supposed to... Why? Me?
So, you figured it out? Well, you're right. There's no way Mukuro could have pulled off such a convincing performance. But she did teach you all a very valuable lesson, don't you think?
How can you talk like that? You sacrificed your own sister. How does that not even bother you?
Did you miss the part where she said she was the ultimate despair?
What? I sacrificed her? That's what's got you so hot under the collar? Jeez, misunderstandings sure are scary. We were the ultimate despair, you know? So we never had any kind of hope or expectations. Nope, I felt despair as long as I can remember. Like I never should have been born at all.
Mama!
When I was born, I cried tears of total despair. So that's why for us, it's not a big deal whether we die or kill. We're just those kinds of people. We can do anything. We've always been filled with despair. So when we do something, we go all the way and live without regret. So you just murdered your own sister and didn't think anything of it?
That's not true at all. We were twins. How could I not be sad?
Oh my god.
That's why it gets me so
excited. Huh? Killing my precious sister with my own 2 hands. That act is filled with so much despair. You can't help but put a super in front of it. It's like super, 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 super despair. No, more than that. Super, 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 super despair. It just feels so good.
What the hell is wrong with you?
I agree with Hero for once.
And my sister too. In that moment of death, I think she must have felt that despair. After all, to be murdered by your own sister, and only as an example to someone else, she must have died feeling such excruciating hopelessness. I'm so jealous of her. Super jealous.
I knew you couldn't be just some ordinary person. You're some kind of abnormality.
Turning your own despair into some kind of fetish. Abnormality doesn't even begin to describe it.
Like, Genocide Jill is crazy for sure, but this is a whole nother level of nuts!
You're saying I don't compare to some lowly beast that can only kill the weak, right? So I'm hopelessly attractive, hopelessly brilliant, hopelessly athletic. I'm the hopelessly perfect ultimate human.
No, you're not the ultimate human.
No. I don't think there's anything perfect about anything you just said.
Yeah, Master's way more perfect. Cause on top of everything else, he's got that noble blood.
Shut up, Toko.
Huh? Don't you mean had that noble blood?
What did you just say? What do you mean by that?
You still haven't figured that part out yet? Man, you guys are so slow! You haven't even solved all the mysteries, and yet here you are, yapping away!
Okay, let's
Are
go.
you talking about our memories?
You've already solved this mystery, right? I'm the killer! So how about the next one? Maybe you should solve the riddle of your missing memories. Then you can start gloating!
Damn straight! That's exactly what we're going to do. We're going to solve all these mysteries. And then, we'll have our victory!
I can't wait!
Alright, then let's just get straight to the point. What memories did you steal from us?
When the group pictures were taken, and those interviews, I got it! It must have something to do with our entrance day exams.
No fair! At least give us a hint!
Gee.
Your brains are like sponges, all drippy and leaky. I already gave you a hint before.
I mean, she's not wrong about some of them.
All the memories you lost share something in common with a few other things. Do you recall?
Memories that were stolen from us and what they must have been related to. The motives.
I got it! You're talking about the motives you provided to try and get us to kill each other, right?
I don't remember what they all were. I mean, I remember the first one. That was everyone had the beloved one that they had out in the thing and what had happened. And the second one was like the secrets. And the third one was just money, so.
So you do remember after all. Well, I would hope you wouldn't forget something so important. It was stupid of me to even ask. I apologize from the bottom of my heart for my bad manners. So then, let me ask you another question. Did you notice that each motive I presented you had a specific theme to it?
One of them was literally just money.
A theme?
Yep, you got it. So that's my question to you all. When Sayaka was murdered, what was the theme of the motive I presented?
It was... human connections.
I got it! The driving force behind the motive you presented us with at that point was human connections.
Ding, ding, ding. You got it. Remember those DVDs I gave you guys? Each video showed the total destruction of your most important relationships. For example, your family. For example, your friends. I ruined all those relationships and showed you the results. It was to motivate your desire to escape and kickstart your urge to kill. But still, what a cruel thing to do.
You're the one that did it!
Yes, well, I'm perfectly happy to accept your disapproval.
Okay! Time for the next question! So, what was the theme for the second motive?
Secrets. The past.
I got it! It was our past, right?
Yay! Makoto got it right again! That time, the theme was... embarrassing memories and secrets! Yeah! And the whole reason Mondo did what he did was to protect his secret.
Now you told everyone anyway, because you're a piece of shit.
So, how long do you plan on dragging this out?
Relax, relax. Okay, on to the next question. So, what was the motive for the third murder?
Money. Greed.
I got it! It was money, wasn't it? Greed.
One of the 7 deadly sins.
Seek and destroy! Hell yeah, you got it again!
Money, money, money.
Goddamn straight it was money! Celeste killed Hifumi and Taka for a little personal gain.
She did also want to leave. Like, she made that clear that she'd been wanting to leave the whole time. And was just waiting to come up with, like, a decent plan. And then her plan was far too convoluted.
Her greed led to all kinds of death and destruction!
What's the point of all this? Why are you making us go through this case by case?
Don't worry, sweet cheeks. Just one more to go. Now, can you tell me the motive behind crazy-ass Sakura's crazy-ass death?
For, blackmail? No. Betrayal.
Shoot!
Wait, I might just look it up. Because it could have been any of those answers. Okay. Oh, well, that's not secrets. That was already one. So
I
betrayal.
got it! In her case, it was betrayal.
Precisely. You see, once I revealed Sakura's betrayal, that led to everything that came afterwards. Anyway, it looks like you answered all of my questions correctly. How painfully delightful.
But what's the point? What meaning is there in asking those questions now?
We will find out after the break. Yeah, I just need to take a quick break. Shit, it probably won't be too long this time, but yeah. All right, bye bye. Well, not bye. I'll be back. Hi, I came back. Point wasn't. Okay.
Relationships, secrets, money, betrayal? These are all pretty standard motives, right? The most normal of normal. Totally middle of the road.
Yeah.
But of course, those aren't the only motives that exist in this world.
Ooh, I'm gonna have a candle. What candle should I have? I'm getting distracted. I know it. Let's do this. Bubbles. Isn't like bubbles from Powerpuff Girls, and it's peach prosecco. A Negroni. Back the answer with prosecco in it. No, it's just peach prosecco. It's just sweet.
In fact, there are as many reasons to kill as there are people on Earth.
Sure.
They compel humans to kill each other, bringing despair to the world. This is what we refer to as the seed of despair.
Okay.
Seed of despair?
Just as water, air, and food promote growth in living things, the seed of despair also needs nourishment. And that nourishment is hope. Despair can grow only in the presence of hope. Two sides of the same coin, divided by a razor-thin line. Such is hope and despair.
How much longer is this stupid speech of yours?
Yeah, no, that's fair. Yeah. I agree.
Weren't we discussing our missing memories? Why are you trying to change the subject?
If you would listen, you would see I'm not changing the subject. We are discussing your memories. What I'm trying to say is, the seed of despair is closely tied to your own memories.
How so?
You see, by taking away your memories, I gave you hope. Of course, that hope merely existed to be consumed by despair.
How could taking away someone's memories give them hope?
And plus, you haven't given us any hope anyway!
Is that so? All you've been able to think about during your time here is how to escape, right? The mere fact that that's what you want proves I gave you hope.
What are you talking about?
If none of you wanted to escape this school, the killings never would have taken place. That is why we took your memories, so that you would have the desire to leave.
The only reason we want to leave is because you took our memories. Is that what you're saying?
Correctamundo!
Okay.
Which means if we did have our memories, then we wouldn't want to leave. Do I understand that right?
Well, there was a DVD where you all agreed to say...
What? Why the hell would having our memories make us not want to leave?
A most troubling thought, isn't it?
I told you, there's a zombie apocalypse!
But it's not enough. I want more distress, more despair. I put so much effort into creating hope in order to feed your despair and make it grow. So, just like Crazy Yeti slashing his crisis and passing the savings on to you, let me give you a hint.
Where the fuck did that come from, Junko? Crazy Yeti, what?
Huh? Really?
Then hurry up and tell us.
Okie dokie. Like they say, seeing is believing. I'd like for you to see the outside world.
The outside world?
You mean the world beyond the school walls?
So something really did happen out there.
Now are you interested in what I have to say? You wanna see what's out there? Hoo-hoo-hoo-hoo! I wanna see too. See your faces sink into despair. Now then, open sesame! Behold, the world beyond the school walls! This is the outside world you've all been so anxious to claw your way back into.
Just get to the point! It's the landmarks with the Monokuma faces. It's just so funny to me.
What the?
Dangerous. The world has grown so very dangerous. That's what this means.
What are you talking about? None of this makes any sense!
What am I looking at?
This is a scene from a movie or something, right?
No. A game, though. Yeah.
What you just saw, all of you should recognize it.
We should recognize it? What about it? Should we recognize? This whole thing is insane.
That world is locked away within the memories that were taken from you. If you can't remember, please just try. Do your best to try and recall.
Better kick your brain in the ass, cause it's up to that gray lump whether you live or die. I don't remember ain't a fucking excuse no more, cause now it's time for the final class trial!
Bam, 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 bam,
Come on, bitches! Remember or die! What the fuck happened outside?
You want us to remember or whatever, but when it comes to that crazy confusing video you showed us, I don't understand a damn thing!
You don't
What's the
understand a damn
meaning
thing
of the
in general.
footage we saw? Is this another one of your practical jokes?
I mean, you're telling us to remember, but what am I supposed to be remembering?
Nobody can remember any.
No, that's wrong. Actually,
The music is
she might
pretty good.
remember.
Who might remember?
Okay.
The other Toko, Genocide Jack.
What?
The two of them share certain
Tosh!
kinds of knowledge, but
Tosh,
their
your girl's
memories aren't
coming!
linked, right?
I see. If their memories are separate, then even if one personality's forgotten, there's a chance the other may still have those memories.
What do you say, Toko?
Are you telling me to swap places with her?
Yes! Give us Jill! Give us Jill! Give us Jill!
No! Absolutely not! That'd be like forfeiting my entire identity!
Toko, you're the only one we can rely on now.
That'll do it.
Dun, da, da, da! It's me! boy. She just gave in like it was nothing.
I'm going to ask you a question, and I want to have it answered immediately. Do you know anything about this video?
Huh? What video?
The video that's playing right now.
Who the hell are you?
Oh, I'm the mastermind.
Shouldn't Genocide Jack recognize her?
Oh, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
That's enough! Just look at the stupid screen!
Aye, aye. Roger, you got it, Captain.
Well, does it look familiar?
I don't have all the details, but... Of course it does!
Then you remember all the stuff it's showing?
Of course I do!
So you didn't lose your memory after all.
Then why didn't you say something earlier? I only answer questions when someone bothers to ask me. I'm the quiet type, you know? Oh my god, she's the worst liar in the world.
More importantly, if you really do remember, what is it?
Huh? What's the matter, Master? Do you really not remember the tragedy?
The tragedy?
Oh no! You seriously forgot? Maybe I can help you remember with a kiss.
Just answer the question. What happened out there?
Well, I can't really say if it happened or if it's still happening, but it was the biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history.
Sure.
Why is that phrase coming up now?
Because it's all because of that event. What is? Are you serious? I'm talking about the way the world is now.
Is... now?
The world's been destroyed, get it?
Destroyed?
Explain yourself. Tell us everything you know.
Copy that, darling. Okay, so this big, awful, tragic event, they started just calling it the tragedy, happened about a year ago. It was so big and so bad that even this murderous fiend went pale at the sight of it. I guess you could say what happened was man-made. But it was more on the level of a worldwide natural disaster. Either way, there's no doubt that it was the biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history! And as a result, in basically no time flat! The world turned out the way it did, and that's that.
Sure.
That's all there is to it? Come on! There wasn't a single concrete description in there!
Well, it just so happens I don't know any of the specifics. Miss Moreau saw it all play out in real time, so why don't you ask her?
We already did, and she didn't know anything. That's why we're asking you.
Ah! I couldn't live up to Master's expectations! To die! To die! This is the true tragedy!
I mean, you can see why she's a writer.
Okay, that's enough of your little lover's quarrel. Whatever happened, it doesn't matter at this exact point in time, right? The end justifies the means. Everything serves the outcome. In other words, the world has ended. That's the important thing.
How can the world just end? It's the world!
Calm down. It's okay. There's no need to panic. Every living person will be dead in 100 years anyway. So the world ending isn't that big a deal.
I don't know if that's right.
Oh,
but
come
sure.
on. Now you're just being ridiculous.
Well, as long as we're being ridiculous, I have another ridiculous story to tell you. It's the story of the Tagami Corporation, which has given Byakuya's life all its meaning.
What? What did you say?
I'm glad to see you took the bait. You bit into it like a middle-aged secretary at an all-you-can-eat cake buffet.
What? What are her metaphors and similes? Like,
Hey! So, what do you think happened to the Togami family?
do you think the Tagami family fell? The Tagami family fell, or did the Tagami family fall?
Correct. Well done, peasant.
But I didn't say anything yet.
I just got so fucking bored waiting, I couldn't help it. Even if you're wrong, eventually you'll figure it out, right? Till then, you're just going in circles.
So, no matter what you pick, you get the right answer. Pretty innovative, don't you think?
No.
But Do you think it might be a disease? Getting bored so easy, I mean. Do you think I might be sick?
In the head.
Anyway, like I was saying, Byakuya's entire lineage has been totally annihilated.
Not totally. He's still there.
What? What the hell are you talking about?
I can confirm that his entire family has died. Even the distant relatives. The Tagami name has perished.
Except for him.
Stop with these idiotic jokes!
Oh, Byakuya.
Stop! And said with such authority. A peasant would dare challenge us? The avatar of divine punishment?
Byakuya's not gonna be like being called a peasant.
You must learn your place, peasant. You are no longer the ultimate affluent progeny.
They couldn't possibly be gone! The Togami family is destined to guide the world!
Hell, there is no world anymore, remember? It got fucked a full year ago!
Hold on. That doesn't make any sense.
Huh? I don't make sense.
There's no way that happened a year ago.
Makoto, you remember how you lost your memories, right?
I mean, we only came to this school a few weeks ago.
Makoto, you literally already figured out you lost your memory.
If some kind of world-ending event happened a year ago...
You had therapy, you're back now. Oh, no, that's a good high touch. I hope it was good.
Then how do you
session.
explain the totally normal world we were living in up till then?
Your girl came back.
Have you considered the possibility that you're mistaken about that?
Mistaken?
Well, if I'm understanding you right, it sounds like you think the tragedy happened a year before you arrived here.
Well, yeah. I mean, like he said, we just got here a few weeks ago.
You have already established that you have lost memory.
A few weeks ago? Ooh, I get it. You're saying that what happened 2 years ago actually happened more recently, right?
Huh? 2 years ago?
Oh, look, they're all adults now.
Well, I mean, you guys all started attending Hope's Peak Academy 2 years ago.
2 years ago? What is that?
What the hell is this chick trying to say?
I understand why you'd have trouble accepting it, but in the end, you can't deny the truth. And the truth is, everything is cause and effect. Deny that, and you may as well give yourself up to God. So, you must surely understand all the hints I've given you so far, right?
Junko. Literally, only 3 of these people even have a single brain cell. Let
What
alone
are
more
the
than
memories
one.
I took from you?
Come now, answer us. Answer with all your heart and soul.
How are we supposed to answer?
I just don't know what's going on anymore.
Anymore? You're acting like you ever know what's going on. You have to answer somehow. If we don't, everything ends right here. Memories that were stolen from us. If what Junko says is true, if we first came here 2 years ago, the rest of us don't remember getting here within the last few weeks or so. Our life at Hope's Peak.
I got it!
I got it!
If we accept that what you say is true, then we've all lost our memories of the last 2 years after coming to this school.
Yup.
Nope. Nope. No. Nope. No. I mean, no matter what anyone says,
Another correct answer. Well done, peasant.
Seriously? This routine again?
We've lost 2 years worth of memories?
It's 2 years with Sakura that you've lost, Hina. I'm sorry.
That's right. You've already spent 2 full years here at Hope's Peak Academy.
Jeez, Hira's like, la la la, I'm not listening.
And that entire period of time is precisely what you've forgotten.
I don't remember the last 2 years of my life.
Hiro, that's fine. You don't. Your brain.
That's not possible!
I was thinking that too. I don't want to believe it. But there's nothing but our desire. I'm having a mint. I don't want to believe. I want it to be impossible. But if it's the truth, then we have to accept it! Oh. Like a notebook. A hero.
2 years worth of memories. I could never lose something like that.
We've been living here for 2 years? Hell no! That's impossible! I mean, I haven't gone to any awesome school events or anything!
Heck, I've never even gone to a single class!
No, that's wrong. Hero, there's something I'd like you to take a look at. This notebook right here.
Huh? Hey, why is my name written on it?
Maybe you wrote it.
I found it in the locker room on the 2nd floor. If you don't mind, could you take a look inside?
Sure, whatever you want. But I've never seen this notebook before in my life.
Wuzza, is something wrong?
It's kinda similar. No, even more than that. What the? This is absolutely my handwriting, without a doubt! But how is this? I don't remember ever writing in this thing! No! No way!
It looks like you actually did attend class here at Hope's Peak.
Ooh.
But somehow, you forgot all about it.
Ooh.
Lies! It's all one big lie!
I don't want to believe it either. But there's also no explanation for this pocketbook.
And whose pocketbook is that?
It's mine. And the handwriting inside is also mine. There's no doubt about it. But just like Hero, I have no memory of ever writing in it.
And the reason for that is the 2 years of missing memories?
After seeing all the evidence, do you have any choice but to acknowledge the truth?
Just double check with Jill quickly. Ask her how long it's been since she started at Hope.
Isn't it just so desperately dark? The mystery's solved, but it's like a goddamn funeral in here! Shit, man! I've never been to a funeral! Hell yes!
2 years of school life. How many moments of blossoming youth have you missed out on?
First kiss.
How many fun classes? How many school events? This was your chance to build lasting friendships, right? And on top of that, something tragically sad happened 1 year ago. The biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history.
So there's 2 voice actors for Junko because she has like so many different personalities. And one of those voice actors is also the one who voices Genocide Jill. But yeah, she has like 5 different personalities that she keeps switching between. Yeah.
Right before everyone's eyes, the world came crashing down. You absorbed all that despair, but then you forgot it all. And once you'd forgotten, you made the choice to subject yourselves to this killing game. Oh, and there's one other thing. To be even more precise, the memories you all lost were...
Actually, never mind. I'm bored. Explaining stuff is boring.
What?
We are bored of this world. Everyone always talks big, declaring all the great things they'll do. But then this world is just so desperately fucking boring!
What are you talking about?
In a way, I'm jealous of all of you. To give yourself over so completely to such stimulating despair.
Oh my god.
Yeah, so figure out the rest for yourselves! I'm sick of expositioning all this shit!
Figure out what?
Figure out where your memories come apart. That's at the heart of all of this.
Where our memories come apart. Is she talking about the moment where we must have lost our memories? I don't think of one time, just after I set foot in the main hall. When I fainted.
I got it! Moment I lost my memories. I can't think of any time other than that day.
So here's the thing that I'm like, okay, about. Okay, it's been 2 years, right? Hero is one thing, but for the rest of them, they all had to be high school students already. So I'm guessing they were around 16 when they entered, and they'd be 18 now. That all have changed since then. There is a difference between 16 and 18-year-olds. Like, not like a clear difference, but they've noticed it in themselves. Kyoko was like, what have you done to my body? So maybe Kyoko noticed. But like, none of the others, like Byakuya or Makoto, like, oh, I'm taller now. Or Hina's like, oh, these are bigger now. You know?
When I first came to the gates of this school and stepped foot in the main hall, when I passed out, I was overcome with a strange sensation.
Wow, you still have enough spirit to keep on talking, huh? So I don't know much about the details, but it seems like everyone remembers passing out, right? And your sense of time got all messed up because of the memory loss after that? I guess it must have been something like that.
After I passed out, I woke up in a classroom with my head on a desk. I assumed not much time had passed since I'd collapsed in the main hall.
But instead, 2 whole years had gone by.
The reason it felt so short was because our memories of the time in between had been completely removed.
You got it, honey. 2 years of memories? Poof! Gone! Which means, of course...
When everyone met for the first time, it wasn't actually for the first time. Unaware of this fact, you took the time to introduce yourselves to each other, but
by that point, we'd already spent 2 years together at the school. That's what those photos reveal, isn't it?
Yep, that's what they reveal. You were all such close friends. You spent 2 years together, and then you started killing each other. And it was all so you could escape into a world that's already been annihilated. What a terribly tragic tale. Even if you left now, there's nothing you could do to fix it.
You're the one who set things up to be like this!
Yeah.
I love you all so much.
What?
Once your school life here began, I thought about you constantly. It's only natural that I would fall in love.
So, since I love you guys so much, I'll tell you all about it! All about the idea we came up with as the ultimate despair! Our plan to bring despair to all mankind!
It's genuinely insane. The ultimate despair, all mankind?
Let's go back in time 2 years, okay? Back to when everyone first came to this school. School life during that first year overflowed with hope and happiness. Oh boy, it was just the worst! Everyone was enjoying themselves so much! You were all having the time of your lives!
Hifumi and Celeste don't look like they're enjoying themselves. Celeste looks like she's about to murder Hifumi. Which she did do eventually.
But that couldn't last forever, of course. The peacefulness only made it through that first year. Because after that, an event unfolded that hammered a soul-crushing despair into all of humanity. The biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history. The tragedy.
She does usually look like that. But honestly, I am not surprised that Celeste ended up being one of the murderers. Like that. Come on.
All too soon, the world's days of peace came to a bloody end. And as you can imagine, the school was no exception. The tragedy even made its way here, leading to the extermination of most of the students.
What are you?
What do you mean?
The most tragic event in human history, and the ultimate despair that caused it. I can't believe it's all because of just you and Mukuro. Was it some kind of organization? An angry mob? An incredibly motivated family?
You have a point. If I had to describe it, I'd say it was none of those. How can I put it? It was more of an ideological thing. Despair is contagious, you know. It's almost like a natural phenomenon. Everyone is capable of it. And now the entire world has fallen into despair.
In other words, if you see despair as the enemy, then your enemy is the world itself.
Sure.
I just don't understand why.
We didn't ask you to try to understand. This was a tangent anyway, unrelated to the matter at hand.
Okay, so let's get back to the story. Hope's Peak had taken so much damage. You guys were the only survivors. The members of the 78th class of Hope's Peak Academy were the only ones left.
And then, something super neat happened! Now pay attention, because this is important, and I'm only gonna say it once! So guess what? To protect everyone who had survived, Hope's Peak was transformed into a shelter! That's right! It was transformed into a shelter!
You said it twice.
Ah! I said it twice!
Okay.
Now, someone was responsible for that transformation, for creating what would eventually become your prison. Do any of you know who that might have been?
I got it!
Prime Minister.
It could only have been the headmaster of Hope's Peak Academy.
Kyoko's dead! Well, father.
He wanted to turn the school into a shelter to try and protect us.
I have major issues with Kyoko's father, like as a father.
To protect us from the despair and tragedy taking place outside. That's why he asked us to make that promise, to say that we were willing to live in this school forever.
We believe he had something like that in mind, yes. If you, the collective hope of a new generation, could survive, maybe the world could have a fresh start.
Yeah, the headmaster put that much faith in you.
And because we had that same hope, that's why we all agreed to live here forever.
But creating the shelter was also his single biggest mistake.
Because he put the ultimate despair in there with him.
It's laughable, really. He was the headmaster, but he had no idea. He had no idea that we, the ultimate despair, had already made our way into the school. So what was supposed to be a shelter to keep you safe became a cage that made it impossible for you to escape despair. I have to say, it really helped me out a lot. It saved me a ton of time.
By the way, it was you yourselves who blocked off the windows, the doors, all the exits. Under the headmaster's direction, you all went about your work like obedient little sheep.
You mean we trapped ourselves in here?
Yes.
And then you forgot all about it and started bitching about how you were trapped in here.
Once you'd finished building your little shelter, it was time for me and Mukuro to get to work. And thus began the killing game.
So, they had about a year as like regular school students, and then the tragedy happened, whatever. And then that probably took a bit of time. So they would have had like a decent few months in here as like they were before Junko really started the killing game.
Me and Mukuro had come here. spending the last 2 years waiting for that moment.
That moment where you all began killing each other served as the climax of our global despair plan.
And the only reason you survived the tragedy was so that you could be a part of it.
You only let us live? So we could go around killing each other? Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
Why? Why would you do that?
Because this was so much more than a simple high school death match.
Oh yes, that's so simple.
Rather, it was a method to hunt down and destroy every last remaining speck of hope in the world.
What are you saying?
Better go fight.
Well, it would seem that there's a little bit left out there. A few souls unwilling to give up hope. So I thought I should show them, which is why I...
Well, why don't you tell me?
What the mastermind did show everyone in the outside world, that was... hijack. Yeah. Come on. I know I'm on... gentle, but still.
Now I understand. You're talking about you hijacking the airwaves, aren't you?
Uh-huh. That's exactly what I'm talking about. To show the world the murders taking place at this school, which was meant to be a symbol of hope.
That was the whole point of the ultimate despair. When I said climax, that was what I was talking about. The world watched as you fell into despair and began to kill each other one after another. Despair is as contagious as any disease. Any hope left turns to despair.
Isn't the power of television just amazing?
Sure.
By the way, since we started broadcasting, a whole bunch of people have tried to come and rescue you.
Are you serious?
But utilizing the heavy weaponry I installed around the school grounds, I had no problem expelling them.
Sure.
Expelled them?
I have to thank you all. They were a relentless bunch, refusing to give up on hope and trying to force their beliefs on the world.
Yeah, because you totally weren't trying to force your beliefs on the world.
But in the end, I was able to give them the final despair. Death.
So you just used us? To bring despair to everyone in the outside world?
Yeah.
Well, sure, but I also gave you a second chance at life, right? So it's like, give and take.
Give and take? You're so full of shit!
Makoto! I wasn't expecting to hear that kind of language from you. No, I think it's valid. I think that's valid language to be using, but wow. 10 points thing. They're the sub points. So that's just my goal for the month, the 10 sub points. Not that that really matters. But basically all of my stuff is going towards, all of my Twitch earnings are going towards saving up to get access for ADHD and autism. And so I just have 10 sub point goal. Yeah. It looks a bit weird because it's so close together. Wait, give me a sec. That might not look... No, it still looks weird like that. Okay. Don't mind that then. It says autism too, but like ADHD autism assessment is separate from this, which is 2 out of 10 total sub points. So yeah, I don't know. It looks weird.
And there's a reason I chose you guys to survive when all the other students were dropping like flies.
Yeah. It's really annoying, and I don't know how to quite fix it unless I just change it to ADHD assessment. But autism is also what I'm gonna be assessed with, so, you know.
I mean, we built up 2 years of memories together.
No!
You were all my treasured classmates.
No, don't apologize for asking. I'm fine to clear that up. I am a little frustrated with how it makes it look on the goal thing. I wish I could change how it looks, you know? But... yeah, it's just a bit annoying. I'm fine clearing that up, absolutely.
Sorry, that's a lie. I just figured you'd despair even more when you found out a friend had betrayed you.
And that's the truth, which is what you wanted, right? So, does it make you feel utterly lost and hopeless? You solved the mystery, but despair at the truth, right?
Don't tell me. Did you seriously count on the possibility that we would solve your mystery?
And if we did, then what? Our final desire for creating this world of despair was so we could experience one last class trial. If you were bold enough to solve the mystery, only to discover that the truth was utterly hopeless, how would you react? What would you do?
See? Discovering the truth doesn't necessarily lead to a sense of hope.
Truth can be full of despair, too! Like right fucking now!
Truth full of despair. That's...
Not to mention, all those motives I talked about were totally meaningless. I mean, with the world having ended and all.
Meaningless? Then we've been murdering each other for nothing?
I don't remember you murdering anyone, Hina.
And think about it. You chose to lock yourselves up here, then started murdering each other to get out.
Yeah, because you manipulated it that way, Junko.
We weren't just random strangers either. We were classmates. We'd spent 2 years together.
No, even I can't laugh at that.
Oh my gosh, Jill. Yeah,
We
fair enough.
get it. We get it, okay? You're totally awesome, right? We get it already.
Totally awesome.
So help us! I'll do anything! Just help me!
A peasant begging for his life? Oh, how delightful! We've never witnessed such a travesty firsthand.
But I'm sorry to say, begging doesn't work on me. All I want is despair, and there's no reason for it. And since there's no reason, there's no argument against it. There's just no understanding it. No argument, no understanding. What better definition of ultimate despair could there be?
Wait, hold on. You've just been going on about whatever you feel like, but there's no real reason for us to believe anything you have to say.
Huh?
You say the world's fallen apart, but I haven't seen it for myself. So I don't acknowledge it. I don't accept it as the truth.
Ricardo, what the heck?
Until you see it with your own eyes. Truth and falsehood overlap one another. In other words, you're not unlike Schrodinger's cat right now. Is that what you're saying? If
Sure.
so, what then?
Are you saying you won't accept the truth until you can go outside and see for yourself? Well, you better not. You go out into that world and you're all gunners for sure. Trust me, I'm not lying about any of this.
Well, even if it's all true, I refuse to give in. I refuse to lose to you. For the sake of everyone you've killed.
Huh? Everyone I've killed? What are you talking about? You're the ones who killed them.
I mean, you definitely killed Mukuro. And then you definitely did do the executions.
I didn't kill anyone. I simply gave you a little nudge in the right direction.
And that's all it took for you to start killing each other. You're nothing but bloodthirsty animals.
That's why anyone was murdered here, peasant.
Say what you want about hope, but we're all creatures of instinct, right? Despair comes naturally.
Hell yes! That's funny as shit!
No! This isn't just some game to us. It's murder! Plain and simple! You stole our memories, invented reasons for us to do it. You pushed us all into a corner! It's all your fault!
You certainly have a talent for passing the buck, don't you? That must be your hope, huh? But we don't have much time left to keep up this banter. We have to draw things to a close soon.
What do you mean?
What she means is it's time for another break. Alright, I'll be back. Hello, he came back.
I'm talking about the vote, of course. You didn't forget about that little rule, did ya? Oh, and also, since this will be the last vote, I decided to change the rules.
What?
You guys so full of hope, and me so full of despair. I've decided to have you vote which one will be punished. If even one of you votes to punish Hope, well then, I'll consider that a win for me and punish everyone on the side of Hope.
Even if it's just one person?
Oh, but don't worry. I won't be voting, of course.
Okay.
Even if you don't, you've still got the upper hand in all this!
It's okay. Nobody would actually vote to kill themselves, right?
Oh, let me just mention one more thing. When I win to punish you guys, you'll have to stay here till you grow old and die. No fighting, no killing. That's your punishment.
What?
You mean, we'd
have to just live here?
She's saying she'll let us live.
If you're not happy with that, then go ahead and punish me. And make your way to the outside world.
Enter a world fallen from grace, where only despair exists, where you'd likely be dead within a day.
What are you saying? So no matter what, we're doomed.
Wait a sec! I just got hit with an inspiration bomb.
Oh my gosh.
Dying of old age is boring as shit, right? The audience at home isn't gonna dig that at all.
Mm-hmm.
So, here's what'll happen. One of you will get to experience an instant, super impressive punishment.
What? You can't just...
Do you mean to say you'll execute one of us?
And I get to decide who's gonna have to suck it down. Makoto, you're up.
Oh, funny that.
Me? Yeah, you've been acting up, causing all kinds of trouble. I hate you!
Mm-hmm.
So let me make this clear. Everyone has two choices in front of them. If a single person votes for Hope to be punished, then only Makoto will receive a harsh punishment, and the rest of you will live here in peace.
If, on the other hand, you desire to see us punished, then you must all leave this place.
I will force you out.
What I'm saying is, if you sacrifice Makoto, the rest of you will get to live out your lives.
Sacrifice me? But that's...
What? Has your resolve softened? Have you lost confidence? Are you afraid of being punished? Don't you have faith in your friends?
No!
No.
That's not it!
Have you met them?
It's okay. You're right to be afraid. It would seem all of those around you have realized the futility of going against me.
Really?
Guys?
It's so beautiful. Your lovely faces, eroded by despair, have come together as one.
Besides, Kyoko, you could never betray your father, could you?
What?
I mean, the headmaster's only wish was that all of you would survive, right? That's why he tried to trap you all here after all. The least you can do is try to honor your dead father's wishes.
But why? Her father did shit all for her.
Kyoko!
One person's despair is enough to seal your fate. Isn't that just the most hopeless outcome ever?
So, who do you think's gonna give in? Whose despair is gonna sign your death warrant?
No one. Nobody's gonna give in to despair! We're not gonna lose to you!
So boring. Stubborn till the very end, huh? Well, that's fine. Then let's just hurry up and get it over with. It's time for the final vote. Everything will come to an end. Your stupid hope. And your stupid life!
The final vote. This is it. The ultimate confrontation. I have to show everyone. I have to make them remember. I have to convince them not to give up. To live in despair. That's not really living at all!
We won't give up! As long as there's hope, we'll never give up!
If I were to die, that would be the end of Hope's Peak Academy.
Don't lose hope now!
All my fortune-telling senses are telling me not to leave this place.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
But to live means moving forward, right?
Sure.
So even if it's hard, even if we're scared, we don't have any choice, do we?
Exactly.
I want to keep on living. I want to open the next door. There must be something new waiting for me.
Mm-hmm, sure.
So that's why, no matter what, I need to get out of here. The whole fortune-telling thing doesn't matter anymore. What matters is my own gut feelings.
Sure.
We won't give up! As long as there's hope, we'll never give up!
If I were to die, that would be the end of Hope's Peak Academy.
I've decided to have faith in myself.
Nice.
By the way, the air outside is totally polluted, you know. The only reason we're okay in here is thanks to the air purifiers in the physics lab.
Don't lose hope now!
I've been thinking about all this. And I was thinking, at a time like this, what would Sakura do?
Yes, yes.
You only get stronger by taking adversity by the horns. Confront that thorny path with enthusiasm.
Sure.
That sounds like something she'd say, right?
Sure.
No. I think that's definitely what she'd say.
Okay.
Which is why yeah! I've made up my mind!
We won't give up. As long as there's hope, we'll never give up.
If I were to die, that would be the end of Hope's Peak Academy.
I've decided to have faith in myself.
By the way, the air outside is totally polluted, you know. The only reason we're okay in here is thanks to the air purifiers in the physics lab.
Say whatever you want. I've made my decision.
If I die, the purifiers will screech to a halt. In other words, as soon as I die, the communal life you've all been living will come to an end.
Okay.
Meh.
Don't lose hope now.
I don't care either way. I'm fine with whichever one is more interesting. Actually, I may not look like it, but I always hated school. Hell, no matter how I look, still hate it. Oh, but no matter what, Master has to come along with us.
We won't give up. As long as there's hope, we'll never give up.
If I were to die,
This is
that would be
very,
the end of Hope's Peak Academy.
I've decided to have faith in myself.
By the way,
cringy,
the air outside is totally polluted, you know.
cliche.
The only reason we're okay in here is thanks to the air purifiers in the physics lab.
Say whatever you want. I've made my decision.
If I die, the purifiers will screech to a halt. In other words, as soon as I die, the communal life you've all been living will come to an end.
I can keep on living as long as I have my Master's love.
You absolutely do
All
not.
of you will have to leave. You'll have to go into the world outside, where only death and despair are waiting.
Don't lose hope now.
What's the matter? You're not actually trying to encourage me, are you? Ridiculous. It never even crossed my mind that I might give in to despair. But don't misunderstand me. I couldn't care in the slightest what happens to you.
Liar.
I just have to keep my word. I swore I would end the life of the Mastermind. Besides, the Togami family isn't dead, because I'm still alive. So until I can restore the Togami family and bring it greater glory than it's ever known,
We won't give up. As long as there's hope, we'll never give up.
If I were to die, that would be the end of Hope's Peak Academy.
I've decided to have faith in myself.
By the way, the air outside is totally polluted, you know. The only reason we're okay in here is thanks to the air
music's great, I'm
purifiers
sorry.
in the physics lab.
Say whatever you want. I've made my decision.
If I die, the purifiers will screech to a halt. In other words, as soon as I die, the communal life you've all been living will come to an end.
I can keep on living as long as I have my Master's love.
All of you will have to leave. You'll have to go into the world outside, where only death and despair are waiting.
I already said I would claim the Mastermind's life, by whatever means necessary.
So, what are you gonna do? Will you just die? Is that what you want?
Don't lose hope now.
I didn't really know my father, so I can't pretend to know what he was thinking. But even if we're just connected by blood, there's one thing I am sure of. He would never want us to abandon Makoto and choose to stay here. I can't explain why exactly. But if I'm sure of anything, I'm sure of that. Just because we don't actually know anything, does that mean we can't understand? Could it be that... No, never mind. So, Makoto, I don't think you wound up at this school because you had good luck or bad luck. I think you came here for a different reason entirely. You came here to bring down the ultimate despair. You came here to confront despair without ever giving up.
What the hell are you talking about?
And if that's true, I think we could call you the ultimate hope. What do you think?
What the hell are you?
The ultimate hope has been added to the truth bullet section of your handbook.
So uncool. Your stupid faces, the stupid things you've said, the stupid way you all treat each other. It's all so uncool, so unhip. Shut up, shut up, shut up, shut up, shut up! Lame, 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 lame!
Stupid, 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 stupid! Yeah, I get it, Leon. I'm not any kind of elite anything. Hope isn't a talent you develop, but still. No, sure, Hope isn't a talent you develop. No, not at all. Mm-mm. No. Mm-mm. I still... Oh, fucking hell.
You suck! What do you want? So uncool! You dare to stand against us? Hope is a joke. Who are you?
Your idiocy ends here.
You're gross. Suffer from despair.
I just love despair!
You suck! What do you want? So uncool!
You're unbearable!
Hope is a joke. Who are you?
Would you like to die?
You're gross. Suffer from despair. Everything is pointless! Suffer from despair.
I just love despair!
Everything is pointless! No, no. You suck! What do you want? So uncool! You dare to stand against us? Hope is a joke. Who are you?
Your idiocy ends here.
You're gross. Suffer from despair.
Despair into tomorrow.
Hope keeps on going.
Please tell me that was the last bullet type battle.
I refuse to give up. I refuse to get bored. I refuse to throw it all away.
There's a minigame in the second one that's even worse. That the first time I played it, I was stuck on for like, there was one in one of the trials, the minigame that I was stuck on for like 2 hours on gentle.
I refuse to despair! Because all I have going for me is the desire to keep moving forward.
What's going on? What's happening?
You lost, Junko. Yeah, sorry, the music is a freaking bop. Yeah, oh yes, the coins that I 100% do not need anymore, because I got all the presents.
It looks like we've reached the end. I think it may be time to vote.
Yeah.
We just gotta pull the lever, right?
Pull the lever, Kronk!
Good. I'm ready to go.
Let's put an end to these trials. Put an end to the killing. With our own hands.
By killing! We'll put an end to the killing by killing!
The hell?
Indeed.
You've lost, Junko.
I lost?
I lost? Me? No way!
Well, that's just...
It can't be!
Um...
You still don't accept it? Even the ultimate despair herself is vulnerable to the onslaught of despair, it would seem.
What the heck?
But there's no use trying to fight it now.
Well, that's just... totally the best!
Huh?
So this is despair.
We came to the school 2 years ago, created our incredibly detailed plan. I even killed my own sister for it.
And now I...
To come this far and fail at the very end.
True despair.
It's the most ultimate despair. What are you talking about?
And now I...
Don't you see? I was so hopelessly desperate. I was bored of the world the moment I was born. That's why I've been looking forward to this so desperately. This once-in-a-lifetime experience. It is my first and last colossal despair here, at the moment of death. I have the chance to taste of the highest grade despair, the utter failure of my dreams.
True despair.
I'm so hopelessly happy right now.
Huh?
Wait, is she enjoying this? Yeah.
Anyway,
So you prepared to admit defeat? You think I care whether I won or lost? Either way, it doesn't change a thing.
Totally the best!
Outside is only despair. Inside is only despair. No matter where you go, despair awaits you. That's not true.
Not possible.
You're wrong. Huh?
Don't make me repeat myself.
Let me tell you this right now. We no longer fear despair.
Okay.
Because we've decided to enter the outside world with hope. I'm sorry, I just love the Danganronpa music. Okay. Yeah, Makoto totally seduced us over to his side. Togo's gonna be so confused. Everyone...
hey,
You said that despair is as contagious as any disease.
however,
But the same is true of hope. All you have to do is look at us to see how true that is. That laugh still makes me laugh every time I hear it. I mean, honestly, it's a great laugh. Kyoko!
No.
Stop it, stop. I hate those faces you're making. To see those awful looks causes me nothing but pain.
There's one last thing.
Fine, let me just say one last thing. If you guys want to get all hung up on the word hope, there's no skin off my nose. But just be warned, from this point on, one despair after another will stand in your way. No matter where you run, no matter where you hide. Maybe you'll find some hope, but there is a very fine line dividing that hope from bitter despair. Knowing that, you still plan to cling to your hope? Of course, because we...
It's fine.
Shut up! That was a rhetorical question! You interrupted my monologue! I'm almost done though, so whatever. Because it's almost punishment time, right?
it can't be.
Do you really intend to go through with this? That was the agreement, right? But hold on, it's not like I want you to die. You don't have to...
Stop it!
What?
How many times do I have to tell you?
The act of living brings me no hope at all. All I want now is just to taste that despair of death that you only get once in life. So...
Don't get in my way!
Crazy eyes.
So this is how the despair of death feels. It's so wonderful! Even a tenth of this despair, even 100th. I want every last soul on this planet to taste such despair. I want the entire world to die with that despair in its mouth. Okay, let's do this.
She's really weird.
I've reserved an extra special punishment for last. Let's give it everything we've got. It's punishment time!
Junko has been found guilty. Time for the punishment. She's so happy about it. Is she getting all... The ultimate punishment. The 1,000 blows. Yeah, she's getting all of the punishments. The cage of death. The burning of the Versailles witch. Excavator destroyer. Last off. Oh, that one was Kyoko's dad. After school lesson. Yeah, there's a reason I wanted to do the family-friendly streams after I finish this. That's how everything came to an end. Because from next week I'm doing a charity campaign for like 2.5 weeks. I could have started it a bit earlier, but there's supposed to be family-friendly streams, and this game, you cannot make it family-friendly. The final class trial. Junko Inoshima, the ultimate despair. Life at Hope's Peak Academy. It was all over. Ultimate pain, ultimate suffering, ultimate despair, ultimate execution, ultimate death. Now we get to wrap up the story. Monokuma hair tie. I want one. Yes, we will save that. But even after saying it was all over, it's not like the building exploded or collapsed in on itself or anything. That wasn't the kind of ending waiting for us. Nothing changed. Well, with one exception. The air purifiers turned off. Just like Junko said. They shut off immediately. That was the only difference. Goodbye, Despair High School. We left the courtroom and made our way to the main hall. We stood in front of the door. Nobody made a sound. I felt almost absent-minded. This was our epilogue before the final ending. We were stuck there in limbo, unmoving, unsure. But, in the end, it doesn't even matter.
Hey.
We can't just stand around like this forever. At some point, we need to leave. To nobody's surprise, it was Kyoko who broke the silence.
Makoto.
Would you do the honors? Okay. Awakened by Kyoko's words, I took out the object we got me. Up until the moment of her death, it had belonged to Junko. And in the end, she dropped it for us.
So,
But is that really it? Is that really the key to this door?
Indeed.
You don't have to read into what she said too much to find the answer.
If, on the other hand, you desire to see us punished, then you must all leave this place.
I will force you out, ensuring you all die horrible deaths in the outside world.
In other words...
I will force you out. She said that just before dropping that. Makes sense that would be our way out of here.
But...
But you never know. Maybe it's actually a switch that's gonna make the school self-destruct. I mean, Junko never said specifically that she'd let us leave her alive.
It's true.
You may be right about that. Maybe?
Yes.
But even so, it's impossible to think we wouldn't take our chances with it.
Yeah,
I guess that's true. Nothing to worry about!
My beautiful scissors!
If something ever happened to Master, I'd take my scissors and jam him so far up! Hey, where's the courtroom? Where's the mastermind? It's all over. We're just about to leave the school. What? Leave? We can go outside? That means me and Master can get married? And then he'll give me a little jewel of a baby?
That's enough.
Please stop. That would be a greater horror than anything I've encountered so far. Yeah, it's so fair.
Anyway...
Don't worry. I have no doubt that we'll be able to leave here without a problem.
But...
It's what happens after we get out that I'm worried about. But you know, in the end, I think part of me still thinks...
For serious?
Maybe when we get out there, we'll see that everything she said about the world was a lie. That on the other side of the door is a world as peaceful as we remember. A lie, peaceful as we remember. Well, no matter what it looks like, it's still our world. It's where we're meant to live. Yeah, I guess so. And how do I put this? I'm like, this school, the world was really big, right? Since it's so big, I'm sure there must be some dispute on the what. But there also has to be lots of hope, right?
In other words...
The act of searching for hope to try and find it, that by itself is the true meaning of hope. As long as you have that hope, you can keep moving forward no matter what trouble you may fall into.
Am I wrong?
Is that what you mean, Makoto? Yeah, that's pretty much the gist of it, sure. I don't need any of you to spell that out for me. You know, Junko mentioned that there were still others out there who hadn't cast away hope just yet. Maybe I should find them and make them work for me. To rebuild the world, we must first rebuild the Togami dynasty. I'll go with you. I'll follow you anywhere you want to go.
You got it!
Well, my first stop is going to be the closest donut shop. I can figure out the rest from there. Sure.
Hey.
What are you going to do if there are no more donut shops or donuts?
Okay.
I'll just get some flour and make some myself. And if there's no flour, I'll just grow some wheat. Oh, I get it now. If there's no road, you just gotta build one. Creation. Fate is telling me to remake the world.
Could it be...
That's my hope.
How about that?
I've reached the next stage. The next chapter of Yasuhiro Hagakure's life story is about to begin.
Woo!
Thanks, Hina. You've totally opened my eyes.
Ooh.
Hey, personal space buddy, you seriously couldn't meow.
Makoto.
Come on, Makoto. Even if everyone in the outside world is gone, even if the world is steeped in despair, as long as I have people like you around, I can face forward and keep moving. If we can get out there and do something and have some sort of impact. But what can we do? There's so few of us and we're so small. So what can we do? No, we can probably do anything. Yeah, we can do anything!
Well, I guess this is goodbye. And goodbye to Sakura. But hey, if we gotta say goodbye, we may as well do it with a smile on our face.
Hey guys! You guys want your fortunes told anywhere, anytime. You just let me know. I'll be there.
No thanks.
You know how much I hate being annoyed. But if something does come up, you may as well let me know.
Oh, Byakuya, that was a friendship declaration.
I can't guarantee I'll actually bother listening, but, you know.
Yeah, okay.
I don't know why, but I have a burning desire to start writing. I might be able to pull it off. A story about Master and me, and the others, I guess.
I can't say I'm sorry about what happened, but still. It does feel kind of strange.
I really don't know what to say. I guess we graduated?
Sure. That's one way to put it, sure. It looks like hope really is spreading. As long as I never give up, I have to push even harder. I'm going to keep moving forward with hope in my heart. Since I have hope, I can show courage. Since I have hope, I can move ahead. The world can move ahead. The door began to open. With my hands, with our hands. Hope and despair mingled together, opening the door to the future. Oh, that is awful to look at. And that's that. So that is the first Danganronpa game. I did it! I did it! We'll watch all the credits, because we may as well, you know. And then next year we will start the second game, Goodbye Despair, which I have said many times is my preferred game of the series. Tasha, you didn't finish it, did you? But yeah, it's my favorite game of the series. And yeah, might do once I finish playing Goodbye Despair. I do plan on doing like watch parties for the anime that kind of wraps up the story for the first and second game. I won't play Ultra Despair Girls. I've said this before as well. Yeah, I see. It can be a bit hard to focus on during stream, absolutely. I'm not going to play Ultra Despair Girls, because it's a very different sort of game that when I did try to play it, I was just getting far too frustrated and I couldn't enjoy the story. And as for Danganronpa V3, the less said about it, the better. So, yeah. I have opinions. The second one is 100% worth finishing, honestly. I have the third one, so I'll probably play it. Yeah. I mean, I think if you enjoy the series, it might be worth a look at V3. I would say, and this is going to sound really weird. Okay, so there's Danganronpa 1, which is this game. Danganronpa 2, which is Goodbye Despair. And then Danganronpa 3 is the anime, right? And that wraps up those stories. And then V3, that game is completely separate. And that's about what I'm going to say about that. Oh, yep, you're right. Posture check. Hello. You're 100% right. Yeah, so, yeah, we'll see. Maybe once I finish that and then we do like a watch parties for the anime, I might decide to play V3 maybe eventually. But that's so far away. Because I have to get through all of the second game first. And then we have to do watch parties of Danganronpa 3. Which is the anime. V3 is separate. Very confusing naming, by the way, Danganronpa. Didn't have to do it that way, you know. Fuck when everyone's here. Ugh, skull and bones. So yeah. That's a secret cap. They're always confusing. Honestly. They really are. It's... I mean, like, knowing how V3 goes, because I watched a playthrough of it because they couldn't afford it because it's the most expensive game in the series, and I was like, I don't know if I'll get it. So I watched it, as watched someone's playthrough of it. Knowing how it goes, I get it. But Fighting here in the time, but glad I can hit. Yeah, thank you! Thank you for coming by. Thank you for the sub. I appreciate you, Tash. You're great. By the way, everyone, Tash is also doing a charity, the same charity campaign throughout this month. So you should follow Tash as well, by the way. She also has a community Christmas tree, so that's fun. Hey, Monokuma.
Interesting. Things are getting very interesting indeed. Like I said at the beginning, I'm not a teddy bear. I am Monokuma. And I am this school's headmaster.
What does it mean? That's just a teaser second game, I think. Ooh, I received the Easter egg present. Yes. All's well that ends, I got an achievement that's, yeah, all's well that ends, So look, what I could do now is school mode.
Thrills, chills, kills!
I'm not gonna do, but basically you can complete all of the, free time events and make friends with people and stuff. I did it for the second game because I love those characters so much. But if I do it, I probably won't do it on stream anyway. But extras, event gallery, artwork gallery, character art. Oh! Wait, yes. Can unlock different character art. So there's Mukuro and then there's Junko. That's imposter. Junko, you know? Promo art. The fuck? Special art. Shiki said, what the fuck is that? Chips. Apache Princess Pickles. Alternate Sakura. What was? Okay. Yo Monokuma Raps! Monokuma Rough Draft. Oh my gosh. That is actually a horrendous one. That was the original Monokuma. It's horrific, honestly. Okay, now we're back to the regular character. I just... And then that just shows us character art and, like, stuff. Can't read any of that because, you know, Japanese. But, yeah. So you can get these kind of things. Event gallery. And you can just see events. Monokuma Theaters. Sound gallery. all the music, which is some great music, by the way, honestly. Anyway, let's come over here. Hi. Hello. Okay, so we have to go find someone to breed in a second, but for that, from next week, for 2.5 weeks, I will be doing a charity campaign with Variety. And for various milestones that we reach, we will be unlocking different rewards. So if we reach $150 donated, I will have a Fall Guys stream. Fall Guys I have not played before, so it could be fun to just have me playing that. If we reach the $250 milestone donated, then I will play the 7 challenge in The Sims. So that will be chaotic. And if we reach the overall goal of $540 donated to Variety over these 2.5 weeks, then I will play on stream Fortnite. Yeah. That will be happening. If we get to $540 donated for the kids for Variety, then I will play Fortnite, a game that I've never played. I've never wanted to play, but we'll do it for a good cause. We'll also have other little rewards, so if you donate, every donation you'll be able to like choose a sticker to put on my face. I got some stickers today, and then other ones for different games. So for like Sims, if you donate $10, you can delete like an object from my house that I cannot replace for the rest of the stream. And yeah, it will just be fun stuff like that. So keep an eye out on that. So I'll be doing that for the next 2.5 weeks from Monday. And then in about a month-ish, we'll be doing my birthday stream. So let's see who is streaming that we can go see. Oh, Starzy is on. She's playing Pokemon Scarlet. We have to go see her. We love Starzy. We love Starzy. Alright. Raid. Anastasia. Stardust. There we go. Which is great. And everyone should love her. So, thank you. Anyway, bye!